大家好, my name is Anna Kammerman. Today we're going to learn essential steps as well as important set business expressions that you can use when meeting someone for the first time as you're seeking out a potential business partnership. Once you know these steps and business expressions, you can then use them in other similar spoken business situations. In this video, we will have a non-native speaker to try it out first and see how it goes. For correct pronunciation practice though, please refer to the conversation breakdown later in this video. We will first start out with a situational roleplay as a sample dialogue for how to go about establishing a potential business relationship in which the two speakers know of each other but have not previously met before. In this video situation, both speakers attended an expo but are now at a nearby coffee shop, where a chance encounter between the two occurred. After this situation is played out, we will break down the conversation and explain the terms and cultural subtleties as well as how to use them in other similar situations. Let us begin.
您好，请问您就是张总经理吗？
正是，请问您是？
我是淳安公司的科麦克。
柯董事长您好，久仰大名，今天真是幸会了，很幸运能在此见到您。
我也是久闻您的大名，仰慕已久，很荣幸能认识您。
您太客气了，听闻贵公司近年来业绩亮眼，绩效斐然，您真是经营有才。
哎，您过奖了，令我甚感惭愧。跟您这家大公司的资深总经理比起来，真是小巫见大巫。日后望您多多指教。
不敢当，不敢当。
您也是来参观附近的展销会吗？
是啊，来参观参观。您呢？您也是专程前来的吗？
没错，我是专程来参观展销会的，顺便处理一点业务。跑了一天，决定来这间咖啡厅休息一下。
您辛苦了，那我失陪了。这是我的名片，欢迎您光临本公司。
谢谢，这是我的名片，日后会向贵公司约定时间登门拜访。
好，那我们改天再谈。
好，再见。
Now that you have seen an example of how it is played out, let us revisit what has occurred so that you can apply some of the steps in your very own Mandarin business encounter in the future. The first step is to approach the person politely and introduce yourself. As you may remember from our conversation, it went like this. 您好，请问您是张总经理吗？正是，请问您是？我是淳安公司的科麦克。Here you start out with a greeting using the honorific form of you, 您, and you politely confirm the person's identity by saying the family name, followed by his position at the company. 正式 is a way to say, yes, that's right, exactly so. By asking, 请问您是? Without finishing the question, leaves room for the other speaker to complete the information and introduce himself. Once you have introduced yourself, it is important to let the other speaker know that you find it a great pleasure to be able to meet them as a sign of respect. Like this. 柯董事长您好，久仰大名，今天真是幸会了，很幸运能在此见到您本人。我也是久闻您的大名，仰慕已久，很荣幸能认识您。 久仰大名 is a set business expression that literally means that you have long heard of the honorable great name to show respect to the other speaker and to show that even though this is the first time you're meeting the person, you have known and admired of his esteemed name by reputation. 幸会 is another set business expression to indicate that you feel fortunate for being able to meet the person. Both 久闻您的大名, 仰慕已久 are similar to 久仰大名 in that you are indicating and emphasizing that you have long heard of their name and that you have admired them for so long in a business sense. Another thing you can say is 很荣幸能认识您. 荣幸 means honor, and here it emphasizes how honored you feel to meet the other speaker. During the first meeting, it is important to respond appropriately when you're showing respect, to compliment the other, and to respond appropriately when a compliment is given to you. Like this. 您太客气了，听闻贵公司近年来业绩亮眼，绩效斐然，您真是经营有才啊！您过奖了，令我甚感惭愧。跟您这家大公司的资深总经理比起来，真是小巫见大巫，日后望您多多指教。不敢当，不敢当。贵公司 is an honorific form to refer to the other speaker's company. In this dialogue, we use 近年来业绩亮眼，绩效斐然，您真是经营有才 to compliment the speaker's management skills and the company's overall performance. So, of course, you can use other similar forms of compliment suitable to the situation. For example, instead of saying 经营有才, you can also say 经营有方. When you're complimented, there are several ways to respond to compliments given to you appropriately. One of the ways is to say 您过奖了. That's a way to indicate that you feel overpraised having received such a great compliment. Another way is to say 甚感惭愧. This one is showing a little bit of deference as you feel embarrassed or that you indicate embarrassment for having received a compliment you feel that you do not deserve. 不敢当，不敢当 is a way to express that you do not deserve or you do not even dare to accept such a compliment. All of these ways are appropriate ways to respond to compliments given to you in a business situation in Mandarin. During a first meeting, it is important to take time to break the ice rather than immediately jumping to business matters, and then you should try to make progress in establishing a connection or getting an opportunity for a future meeting before the two of you part ways. A way to do this is to ask questions about what the other speaker is doing without seeming intrusive. You can do this by observing the surroundings and the setting in which you find yourself in. Like this. 您也是来参观展销会的吗？是啊，来参观参观。您是专程来的吗？没错，我是专程来参观展销会的。顺便处理点业务跑了一天，决定来这间咖啡厅休息一下。那您辛苦了，那我失陪了。这是我的名片，欢迎您日后光临本公司。谢谢，这是我的名片，日后会向贵公司约定时间登门拜访。好啊，我们改天再谈。好，再见。失陪 is a formal and respectful way to take your leave when it is an appropriate time to begin ending the conversation. Before you leave, be sure to exchange name cards with each other, and if the conversation has gone well so far, you may be invited to a visit to the other speaker's company. in which case you should make sure to express to the other speaker that you have a solid plan to visit. For example, the other speaker may say, 欢迎您光临本公司. 欢迎光临 is a set expression that indicates you're welcome for the other guests and that the guest's presence in your company would be a great honor to you. 登门拜访 is a polite way to express your visit to the other person's company. In this video dialogue, we ended the conversation by saying 再见. However, you can also say 再会 as an alternative and formal way to end a business conversation. And that is all for today. For additional exercises and resources, you can click on the link below to download, and I hope that this video as well as accompanying resources will be of help to you in your business Mandarin journey. In our next videos, we will be dealing with new business topics that will hopefully be helpful to you as well. Thank you for watching.